I'm at the place we'll call the shooting range, and I'm panning from left to right. That would be looking back towards the bottom, and that ridge line right there, beginning there, going up, goes to the top of the ridge that if you continued would go over to Kay's Bridge. And this is what that area looks like today. It's not, but it's close to the 1st of July 2022. But you can see all the downed trees that make this pretty much not navigable on the bikes. But Charlie and I were discussing there are a couple of lanes through here that from our right to the left, we're able to establish a 100-meter shooting range that, would terminate right into that bank, serve as a natural barrier. And it might be a good idea. Wouldn't take a lot of it's no big lumber to move. And it doesn't have to be a big wide open left to right, but just a corridor to keep a sound, and obviously there's strays in here. So muggy day, probably high 80s, but it's cooler back here in amongst the forest. One of my favorite places on my piece of the planet. Ours. My immediate family. Anyway, a lot of history here. Means something to me for what that's worth.